Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to WoW, and it is a lovely day here in beautiful Stormheim. Now, off camera, I went ahead and completed a majority of this quest. We only have one more runestone to turn. And fortunately, it looks like a lot of people are out here questing today, so... As the stone turns...
I am unbound. My roots will seek the hearts of my betrayers.
Unlucky betrayers. Also, guys, before I turn these,
Who goes there? Your footsteps fall as acorns. Stand before me, little one.
Who you calling little? Before we go ahead and talk to our tree friend, also want to apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with my recording software. I've only seen it done while playing WoW, as that it tends to skip recorded areas. I guess maybe it's because, or there's like little time skips. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's because I'm playing an online game here, but I'll keep an eye on it and see if there's some way that I can fix it.
What is it you seek?
So it was your footsteps I felt upon my woods as the runestones released their grip. You have my thanks, outsider.
The woods protect.
The runewood will know peace once more with these bone speakers removed from the land. It is a good beginning. So an outsider would seek to be judged by the ancient rulers of the vrykul. Curious this. Know that they will not take to your presence kindly, stranger. If you are so hasty to meet judgment, you can call them forth with a ritual of awakening. To complete this ritual, you will require an aromatic to burn, an offering to present. A plant grows in the runewood that will make a suitable incense. Gather it, and I will instruct you further. Collect 8 soul caps in the runewood.
Contemplate the leaves.
Bjornharda. The afterlife leaves the dead hungry for the delicacies of their former lives. For the vrykul kings, none such offering is prized more than Bjornharda, or Harta, a celebratory feast of an engorged bear heart. Yummy! The bears of the runewood eat well, and have long been prized for their tender meat. Hunt them and find a suitable heart of offer to the ancient rulers. They will not be able to resist such an offering. Collect 4 engorged bear hearts from voracious bears in the runewood.
The woods protect you.
Fair enough, and it looks like everything is right over here. All of these quests. This is a lazy tree. Well, I guess he kind of doesn't have a choice in the matter. But I know there's a bunch of bears. Yeah, we got a lot of bears over here. Now, bears are kind of solitary creatures. What would a pack of bears just be called a pack? I'm kind of curious what the plural on that is. Let's go ahead and slice and dice this. If I sound tired, I apologize, guys. We spent last night over at my place with some friends playing some board games, which we hadn't done in a long time. We're trying to get back into the habit of doing board games, if not every week, every other week. It was fun. It was a good kind of refresher. We played Dixit, which is an awesome game, and Brief History of the Aeons. Nice. Did that, and then we played Shadows over Camelot, which is a game I have yet to win, because it's a co-op game. Oh lord, that is a lot of bears. Fire the cannons! Do something, Smee! Bite one of them in the face. Oh lord. Okay, and vanish. Like the wind. Owie. Holy crap, my cheat death went off too. Wow. That's what they're doing a lot of dot damage. But Dixit, Shadows over Camelot's pretty self-explanatory. I'll go ahead and explain it to you guys who are maybe not be board game savvy. But Dixit is an amazing game because it's a game of personal interpretation of art, which is something that has always really intrigued me. Essentially, the premise is everyone gets cards that have these very interesting, ornate pictures on them. And the artwork's one of the best selling points of the game. But after an amount of everyone gets a card, and one person takes a turn as a storyteller, and comes up with either a story or a phrase or some sort of clue as to what their card is, and then everyone else puts down, picking from their hand of paintings, their interpretation of what that story or clue was, and then everyone has to guess what the correct one is. And there's a point system. It's tons of fun because you kind of learn a lot about people and how they interpret art and how they interpret stories and clues, and you kind of get into their heads a little bit. Mjord Bjorn, I guess. Let's see what we can do just taking out one of these guys. Hopefully, maybe. Let's turn off Blade Fury since we're not dealing with two. And not getting a good roll of bones, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and just keep our... Ooh, you hurt. Stop hurting. I have to say that Outlaw Rogue is becoming easily the most challenging of the specs that I've played so far. Because I have a Brewmaster Rogue right now with a comparable gear level to Swindle, and he's able to take out stuff with ease. So, very, very interesting to me. Because like Swindle should be able to even that out by... Oh lord, he still has that. There went... I need some potions or something, man. And he's gonna kill me. So I have a little rant I want to go on to about this. It's something I've talked about before, but first, let's go ahead and eat up. One of the most interesting things I've ever done at a con, in terms of like the activities available there, is I went to a Dixit tournament where everyone played, and it was an elimination tournament. And the only reason I played wasn't because I was really interested in winning. I was more interested in seeing how strangers interpreted the art style. That really intrigued me because I'm looking for multiple bears here. That really intrigued me because after a while you kind of understand how people think and how they interpret things. And then it gets kind of easy to, oh, okay, that's so-and-so's card. They normally think like that, or you at least have a decent idea. Doing it with random strangers like that and how they interpreted art. And I asked people who were sitting at the table, I was like, did everyone enter this tournament just to see what it was like playing this game with strangers? And a lot of them were like, yeah. So that was cool. I got knocked out in the first bracket, but it was only 2 games played, I think. 2 or 3. So it wasn't that big of a tournament. But that was a lot of good fun. And I highly suggest that game. It's fun even to people who don't normally play board games. It's a really good introductory board game, actually. But that little thing I wanted to talk about is what I've said before in this series, that I really think that, like, right now on the DPS charts, the last I was told, mages, frost mages, and arms warriors were kind of the bottom of the or not arms, fury warriors were kind of the bottom of the barrel in terms of damage dealt in raids, which is normally the measuring stick. And that's really a shame, at least for the mage part, because I truly believe that the pure DPS classes, rogue, mage, warlock, and hunter, I think those are the only 4. The ones that have no other kind of utility spec. They can't heal, they can't tank. All they do is deal damage. I think that those classes should do more damage than the hybrid classes, the classes that have more utility. Not a huge damage boost by any stretch of the imagination, but you can definitely notice it. that a rogue does more damage than, say, a shaman who's doing damage, kind of thing, or a druid. I know some people can definitely disagree with that, but I just think it makes a lot more sense to at least me. Let's go ahead and talk to Vidhar here.
All in good time.
What did you bring? Your fungus. Yes, the soul cap should be adequate for your ritual. Speak with me once you are ready to proceed, and I will guide you further.
Contemplate the bees.
How went the hunt, outsider? These hearts are fat and bloody. The slumbering rulers will not refuse an offering of Bjorn Harta. Is it like horchata? Which is a pretty popular thing where I live. Let's go for a ring. Haven't got any upgraded gear lately, which is upsetting. You have proven resourceful thus far, stranger. As promised, I will instruct you on the ritual of awakening. First, you must place the offering directly atop the grave of the ruler who you wish to awaken. Burn the incense so that its aroma wafts over the grave. If your offering is adequate, the ruler will rise, and you may ask your judgment. Take care, outsider. The dead vrykul kings will not enjoy being awakened from their slumber. Receive judgment.
The woods protect you.
I would ask a favor, outsider. As you step through the graves of ancient heroes, you will no doubt come across spirits of the restless dead, agitated by the Bone Speaker's misdeeds. They must be returned to the earth where they are buried, so that they may be judged as well. Take this bow. It carries with it the essence of the runewood. Channel its power into a weakened spirit, and it will return to rest. Use the branch of the runewood to send 8 weakened restless ancestors back to the earth.
Contemplate the bees.
Looks like we're going to do a little bit of Ghostbusting this episode. So we head over here. Trying to ignore all the guys. This is a pretty... Ah! Well, we failed with that. Poof. And here's the cemetery, relatively close by. And our first restless ancestor. So I think we need to get, if memory serves, we need to get him down to about 25%, and then we can use our proton pack. It's not actually a proton pack, of course, but as far as I'm concerned, that's what it is. It is a proton pack. There we are. Except there's no stream, which is disappointing. Now, there's one of the offering plates. Let's go ahead and clear the area around it first, in case we run into any other friends. And you're trying to wail. No wailing. You'll have no crying or whining here. And looking it up, I think Outlaw rogues are kind of the middle of the road in terms of DPS. The highest rated rogue is actually Assassination. And I think the primary reason for that is Assassination, as we've stated before, is all about poisons and damage over time. And a lot of the fights in these raids are very mobile, so you're having to run in combat, out of combat, but those poisons are still continually doing damage. So it's a good spec to play. But I lose all my pirate stuff, and I don't want to do that. I'm pretty stubborn when it comes... I don't like changing my spec unless I absolutely have to. There's... That's a good spirit. Hey, how's it going? He doesn't have anything to say to us, though. Stormcloak. Isn't that something from Elder Scrolls? Stormcloaks? I may be wrong. Are we sacrificing Smee? Is that what's... There you go. Rythus, the Oracle.
An outsider seeks my judgment.
How you doing, handsome?
Insolent vermin. You
Oh.
disgrace the halls of valor with your presence.
Who you calling a verm? So I really don't believe, if memory serves, we are going to get a particularly good reception from any of these kings. So we're just going to hack and slash here. There we are.
I was mistaken. Your worth cannot be denied.
There you go. Now you're starting to talk sense. And where's the next offering? It was up here, wasn't it? Now we only got 4 more restless ancestors to deal with. And then we'll be in good shape on that front. I think this is the I'm trying to think of High Mountain. Other than the ghost elves, yeah, I was about to say, it's like we really haven't dealt with a whole lot of undead. I guess these are proper undead, not the like zombies and walking skeletons kind of vibe. The restless dead. Those elves are ghosts too. Those are restless dead. You know what I mean? Something that actually has some form to it. Oaktail Dragonblood, who apparently is very quiet and doesn't like to actually speak when doing his speech. Thunderous Clap. Now, I noticed the game kind of froze there for a second. I wonder if that's going to be one of the times that the recording stalls. Which, honestly, just might be the nature of the fact that I'm playing a big online game and things can snafu. If that persists, though, I think I have a way around it. Never have I faced such ferocity. The blood of the dragon flows within your veins, outsider. It's a little dragon, but a dragon nonetheless. And how many have we? We need one more, which is Helmir of the Black Fist. Now, Black Hands in general are a subject of taboo in the Horde, what with Chieftain Blackhand. To walk the high walls is the greatest honor of the valorous. A pity you will never set foot beyond its gates. Everyone is so angry. So unaccepting. This is a non-tolerant species. Even beyond the grave. Yeah, it did freeze up again. I think it's the fact that I'm not necessarily... I'm recording straight gameplay. I think if I just record the... my screen should fix this problem. So this hopefully will be the last time it happens. Sounds pretty decent. Considering our luck with that big bear, I killed it. Curses, not been paying attention. Shuffle you off the mortal coil. There we go. Apparently you were shooting me with a beam from beyond the grave. But after we played Dixit, we played Shadows over Camelot, which is a very interesting game because it has a traitor. And some of my favorite games have a traitor that you have to pick out who is actively comes with friends and board games. I like to do like one competitive game, at least one competitive game, and at least one cooperative game. That way you have the one game where everyone could potentially win, as well as the competitive game where there can be only one. That way everyone feels, I guess, accomplished one way or the other. Didn't feel accomplished at the end of Shadows over Camelot, though. It came down to the wire, and we weren't able to find the traitor. If you don't find the traitor, the little lead that we had went away, and it was actually Z from Magic Dream who was the traitor and doomed us all. I was so proud. Oh, don't kill him. If you kill him, he won't learn nothing. So that's all of our business done here. Let's have a drink. And check out this gravestone here. Is there a cautionary sign? He who shall not be named. Okay, I hope it's not the literal he who should not be named. Otherwise, I am going to head for the hills and never come back to this zone. And the Nameless King. Okay, you don't have tentacles. We're good. Let's see what happens here. Nameless Curse. No, thank you. Severing Blow. And we couldn't interrupt that, unfortunately. There we are. I think we're in relatively good shape. Oh, you have friends. Fire the cannon! And rock out some AoE. I'm not going to use Blade Flurry, because that just does so much to our energy. We can't grab any spare energy. There we go. Valiant's Glory. You're welcome. I could have sworn that he would go into a spirit form. Oh well. No skin off my back. Plenty of skin off of his, though. So let's head over here. This is where we turn in the quests. A little bit different area than before. Pretty soon here, I think either this coming weekend or next weekend, our board game group is going to be really exciting because we're going to be playing a game that I've had for a while but haven't had an opportunity to play. Oh, there. Valkyria Guardians. Shield Maiden Ioun. The mystics have committed an unforgivable heresy here. The Valkyria will not forget this trespass. It's like Valkyria Chronicles. Ashilder's grave has been disturbed, outsider. Do you know something of this? So you seek the judgment of the Queen of the Valkyria? This must be your fault. The Bone Speaker of the Hostwald have committed an atrocity and stolen Ashildir's bones. They must have done this to keep an outsider from completing the trials. You must not let this stand. Enter Hostwald and retrieve her remains. Hope, for your sake, that Ashildir is in a forgiving mood. Collect 8 Ashildir's bones in Hostwald. She was the 4th person that we needed to get approval from. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Breaking the Bone Speakers. The crimes of these ritualists must not go unpunished, but we cannot be their executioners. The rune magic they practice grants them untold power over the dead. You, however, are not dead, and I can sense great power from you. Take the fight to these heretics and show Ashildir that you are truly worthy of her judgment. Defeat 15 Bone Speaker vrykul and or their allies in Hostwald. What the? Oh, we're still turning in quests. I see you carry a branch of the runewood. Then it was you who laid the spirits to rest? Though I do not know your purpose, outsider, I appreciate what you have done for our people. There we are. That's strange. Normally you turn in all the quests before you get new ones. So we got Ancient Bone Servants, and that heads all the way down into this dark, foreboding pathway. This is the zone that is, or this at least area of Stormheim is the one that's most like Wrath of the Lich King, where there were zombies and undead nightmares around every corner, it seemed. Except maybe like in Storm Peaks, I think the name of the area was. Where you had to deal with a different type of baddie. Bone Speaker Cleaver. Whoop. I'll be with you in one moment, sir. Keep Roll the Bones on. I might actually look up and see if I may be doing something wrong here with Outlaw. I don't think I am. It's just you have to keep Roll the Bones up at all times and just keep the damage pouring. Glowing Rune Axe, you keep that to yourself. Or I could just start using my cooldowns more and more, like the Adrenaline Rush and all the other good things. What's going on here? Oh, damage taken reduced. He has some little bit of a buff he can do. That sucks. You know what? I actually think now would be a good time to get some help. And what I mean by help is using an ability that I haven't really used.
You again? Do you really think to beat me with the Legion at my side?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Give up, fool! The Bone Speakers will never let an outsider be judged worthy.
Yeah, we'll see. Ancient Bone Servant. We got another quest up here with these tablets. But I think Swindlegear needs a bob. We need to Shanghai someone. Conscript him into service in Swindlegear's crew. So we need to find a suitable target for that. Let's see what this... A Shielder's Bones. Alas, poor Yorick. Or a Shielder. The stone tablet here describes a ritual where a powerful spirit can be broken into weaker pieces by binding them to special rune stones. It looks like the Bone Speakers may be using this very ritual to weaken the spirit of a Shielder. It may be impossible to summon her with her spirit so weakened. The rituals must be stopped. Destroy the ritual stones to stop the rituals binding a Shielder's spirit in Hostwald. Now I can tell you guys for sure things are going to get a little weird for us as we continue in this area. Well, not necessarily weird, but something happens to us that I didn't really expect the first time that I ran this. As I said before, when my main character, when I came to Broken Isles on the day of launch, this Stormheim was the first area that I went into. So it was cool experiencing all of this. Bone Servant, and here we have a Bone Caller Mystic. And you know what? I think he's going to be suitable. Let's go ahead and these casters can do potentially a lot of damage to us, so let's go ahead and take the subtle approach for starters. And this is one of the rune stones we need to deal with. This entire culture seems to have all of their magic based around runes. Magic runes. If anyone remembers that episode of Samurai Jack. Nice. We were able to get the one. Now, rogues can usually cut through casters like a hot knife through butter, as long as you take them on one at a time. So let's go ahead and finish this room, and I think that'll be a good place to end the episode today. I don't know why I just sapped them and hit him. Derpy Swindle is derpy. I blame Smee. Kind of like Captain... just like what Captain Hook would do. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee. Try and stop me. There we are. This rune turn? Oh no, we have to just flat out destroy them. Okay, good stuff. Well, this seems like a suitable place to camp out, guys. So, we will end it here, and when we get back, we will continue our expedition here in rune destroying and bone speaker killing. And bone collecting as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.